This is the campaign. We call one of the campaigns. It's a trip actually. It details about an actual user, but the user's profile is more interesting to you. Is actually Mr. VP Singh. He is a gentleman farmer, bought his first bullet in 1965, sold the ancestral fort in 1966, tripping ever since. So what we are trying to say here is these people are real live people. They have amazing amount of affinity to the brand, and for them they will give the right hand to own and ride these kind of products. This is Mr. Andre Meneses, who is a very, very known cinematographer, and he is also a classic car enthusiast. He has a story to say, and how we say is also featured here. This is about Harkrat Singh. You know, he is a very renowned restaurant owner at an altitude of 12,000 feet in HP. And he is a very solid personality in motorcycle in Royal Enfield category. This is, some of you must have been familiar, he is Mr. Bruno, who has been the captain of national football from India in 1991. And he has his own story to say. Here is a girl who is a psychology student and is a national chalker and football champion. She has a story and she has been tripping over since the first time they bought a bike. This is actually a very known person in the Delhi circuit. He's called Lali Singh. Actually, his company's business has been in real estate. He didn't want to do that. He specializes in custom making Royal Enfield bikes for specific people. He has done so far 1800 Royal Enfield, customized to suit different kinds of people. He's a very, very known figure for Royal Enfield people and in the Royal Enfield circle. She is another girl who is very happily riding Royal Enfield for a very long time. She is a fashion photographer as well as boutique owner. And she has independently driven to Kardungla, the world's tallest motorcycle peak. He is a very famous rebuilder of old motorcycles. His name is Paul Smith. He is a German. He moved away to India, crossed the desert in 8-ton German tank. He discovered Goa and settled there with his daughters. And from there onwards, he is only working on rebuilding Royal Enfield. And he is a most famous figure in and around that country. Besides this, whenever we knew a new model or we are trying to create a differentiation from the conventional Royal Enfield to a new product, we also do some campaigns. And this is one campaign I'm just showing to you. This is called Leave Home. The idea behind Leave Home is this is meant for a product called Thunderbird. Thunderbird is a very different Royal Enfield. It's not like a conventional product. It's a product which is a pseudo cruiser. You can ride it in Govindapanakan Street, you can ride it in Russell Market, you can ride it in Karol Bagh. But still, it's a cruiser. So the character of this product here is to ride like a cruiser, but being practical to ride it to ride to your home and office also. So, but what we wanted to communicate here is this product is generally bought by people who are young. You know, these people who buy this are between 20 and 25 kind of boys. So the whole campaign was done with a little bit of humor and with a tongue-in-cheek kind of an attitude. And we are showing many people, if you are young and if you are a young adult, it's time for you to move up and ride a Thunderbird and don't sit at your home. That's the philosophy. That's how it has been done. So as it is written here, to live to be free, break the bonds that bind us to the straitjacket existence of everyday life. See, the first one is something like this. You grow, finally, you grow into a real manhood only when you get onto Thunderbird and drive. We don't talk much about what we want to say. It's only the visuals which will say everything. These are all something which is very interesting for you to read. This language is unbecoming of Royal Enfield. That's the point why I wanted to show it to you today. And the target for this kind of products are very different from a Royal Enfield traditional products. It is a kind of some kind of a spoof on Facebook kind of a page. This is actually a print ad. It's about to state that living with one's parent and its impact on relationship with the opposite sex, a case study. If you read the ad, it may be very humorous and interesting. This is like Shadi.com. The whole thing is, it's again a print ad. It starts with a statement saying, my son is almost 30 and won't leave home. So there are a lot of people suggesting, ask him to go to the next store and buy biscuits. Please disconnect the internet. So the whole idea is making people to state that you have reached a stage where you have to ride out on a weekend or on a month end, if possible for longer month ends. All these ads, I just brought it to show it to you. So when Classic, which was introduced in 2009, became a very big hit in India, within 2 years, there was a change in terms of its job that has been done on external execution of the styling. One is a chrome. Actually, there was no chrome after we introduced the Classic. So to meet the chrome in this, the chrome itself was done with a very specific job. It's all hand done, and it is a limited edition series. The idea of creating this magic of old school bikes with the design philosophy, we wanted to show metal as metal in this product. The Desert Storm, I already told you, in India, you can't sell bikes which are military colored bikes. There's a ban on the government that you can't sell it to the public. But the Indian public want a very unique paint job from Royal Enfield. So we created this Desert Storm. And this is actually a print ad for the chrome because actually when you see the bike in the sunlight, you can't see the bike. Desert Storm is actually created in a very typical way. You don't want to show the full bike, but we just wanted to show the feeling of the desert. After we did this in 2010, we wanted to also pay a unique communication, which philosophy of handcrafted in Chennai. Actually, the whole philosophy is a tribute to the wonderful people who have been building this bike for more than 60 years in Chennai, who build, who sell, and who ride and maintain these amazing beloved machines. And actually, this communication was a tribute to the city that Royal Enfield calls home, that is Chennai. We export now Royal Enfield to more than 44 countries, including UK, where the company is closed long back. And it's the only motorcycle that's exported from India to Europe and USA. So this is a very unique distinction that this product has got. And what is the meaning of handcrafting? See, there is a paint, there is a brush, and there is an artistic impression of how to make a cast iron tank into a most cherished product attribute. This entire picture that you see here, even today on the tank, it is handcrafted. It is done by a very specific artist. His job is to constantly keep on doing this, and he does with no mistakes. He has been specializing on this job of drawing the goal line. This campaign is to say that the beat that you get out of the bike is exceedingly and uniquely tuned by master tuners in the factory. Otherwise, however bike you may make, the tune has to be its own character. To create this tune, there are people who are employed to make this to a perfect tuning of the engine and the beat. As I mentioned to you, 0 to 60 in 6 months, because it takes long time to build a Classic. It takes even 8 hours to handfully, beautifully handcraft it, convert it, and to test it, and to create the beat, and finally to say, okay. So this person that you see here is an employee. Like him, he has a team of 7 to 8 people. Their only job is to look at microscopic details of this product, and finally put the OK sticker to say that the bike is now ready to ship. These are all actual communication that the company is adopting to say that we are different, we are unique in every aspect that we do. Okay, now with all these things, is the company doing well? That's the question that we have to see. There are many unique brands in the world. There are many unique niches in the world. But as we say, this kind of cult, we are trying to make the niche a larger niche. We are growing the cult instead of trying to sell a bike. The more the cult we grow, the more the possibilities to achieve better results. There is a good growth, more than the industry growth. The company is happy about the way it is making the bikes. And unfortunately, we are not able to deliver the bikes in time. There is, depending on certain models to model, there are about 6 months waiting period to buy one Royal Enfield today. So to meet the demand and to ensure that we don't continuously make our customers to wait and all, and since Tiruvallur has got a capacity limitation because of its old plant and its capabilities, the organization has now moved a new place in Oragadam, which is becoming the auto sector of the country. And the new plant will be ready to roll out in 2013. But there also, as I told you, the uniqueness of this philosophy is to make this plant as the most frequent sites to visit as Tiruvallur being visited today. Many of you may not know Tiruvutiyur, which is the oldest of North Madras, is getting average of 20 people who are coming from all over the world who book a tour of the factory every Saturday by internet. So, since this place has gained such popularity, our new factory also has to be created like a living museum. So the factory is underway. The worldwide curators are being used to create a unique identity for this product. And we hope that this will be a landmark to showcase all the World War II era bikes to the new generation bikes that are made with outstanding world-class standards.